Like and subscribe right now, or the spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. One of the most terrifying things about the world is that we know very little about it. So, new things pop up every day. But if divers and anglers are to be asked, our oceans and rivers hide many terrifying things, and there are many things down there we don't know about. Sometimes, people capture certain things in these waters, and those things often shock the world. In today's video, we bring you the top 10 among them. Number 1. Sturgeon. Okay, so we fully admit that this may not be the most exciting way to start off a list of mysteries. After all, sturgeons are quite common and everyone knows we make delicious caviar from their eggs. But hear us out, okay? Besides making caviar, sturgeons are actually very special fish. For one, sturgeons belong to a class of fish that coexisted with the dinosaurs, yet they still live with us to date. Also, they can live up to 100 years with an average span of about 50 to 60 years. Then again, sturgeons are often large. On average, they extend between 7 and 12 feet, weigh about 600 to 1,000 pounds, and different anglers often catch them from time to time. This video you now see captures the moment a fisher named Jivis Bisson caught a live sturgeon inside the Fraser River in Canada. According to Bisson, the fish was about 10 feet long, weighed 600 pounds, and was probably 100 years old. Seeing this, Bisson, who's a professional sturgeon angler, let the fish go to preserve nature. Number 2. The East River Monster. On May 21, 2011, this massive bony creature popped along the East River in New York. For a while, the bystander effect kicked in, so no one knew what to do until a group of onlookers dragged the creature ashore, somewhere around the Manhattan side of the Brooklyn Bridge. According to some eyewitness accounts, the creature appeared like a gigantic rat or a partially decayed pig with its snout removed, whereas some others believe that the animal was the incarnation of the Montauk Monster. In case you don't know, the Montauk Monster was a short, hairless, clawed, and alien-like creature found in 2008 on a beach in the Hamptons. Like the Montauk Monster, no one knows where this pig-like creature came from, so the onlookers and the internet community dubbed it the East River Monster. For weeks, the mystery spread wide until a group of marine biologists from New York came across the viral video. According to them, this creature was no alien nor pig. Rather, it was just the carcass of a sturgeon whose population used to be dominant in the river. Number 3. The Thames Nessie. The myth about the Loch Ness Monster began in 1933 when a water bailiff named Alex Campbell wrote about a whale-like beast at the Loch Ness River. Not long after, another independent witness named Hugh Gray took an inexplicable photograph that matched the exact description from Alex. Like that, the mystery about the Loch Ness Monster, or should we say Nessie, began. Worldwide, people talk about this monster, which is a large mythical creature with a long neck that protrudes out of the water. So the story about Nessie is no longer new. For many years now, many people have been trying to solve the mystery, all to no avail. However, in 2018, something popped on the Thames River in London. According to the backstory, a YouTuber named Pen Plate was cruising in a cable car near the Thames when his camera caught a long creature swimming across the river. Now, because of the quality of the video, we can't really make anything out of it. But if this video is genuine, then this might be the only proof of Nessie in existence. Number 4. Scuba diving spiders. Before scuba tanks, divers often use large open-bottom chambers called diving bells, and these bells are as old as Aristotle. However, one animal has been using similar structures for far longer. This animal is named the diving bell spider, and it's found across many rivers and lakes in Europe except Portugal, Greece, and Albania. According to the National Geographic, diving bell spiders are the only species of spider that live entirely underwater without fins or gills. So they developed other ways to breathe. In their bid to respire, they build diving bells using some kind of complex process. First, they spin a dome-shaped web near some underwater plants. Afterward, the spiders swim to the surface, trap some air bubbles with their legs, and then carry the bubbles to the dome. To them, these domes act like a submarine, which they use for hunting, nursing eggs, and of course, for breathing. However, these domes can only last for about 30 minutes before they finally burst, so the spiders change them every half an hour. And there goes another river discovery that shocks the world. Number 5. A fully intact Soviet tank. In 2016, a team of divers working closely with Russia's Western Military District discovered a tanker 20 feet below the Don River. According to the reports, the tank was a T-34-76 tank used by the Soviet Army during the Second World War. Back in the dark days, these tanks were one of the destroying tools that the Soviets made somewhere in the Stalingrad tractor factory. Today, that factory is now the city of Volgograd, and this recovered tank is one of the last of its kind, because like many other artillery pieces used throughout the world, many of the T-34-76 tanks got destroyed. So, when the divers found it, it immediately became a relic of said history. Because of that, they hauled the tanker from the water and the recovery process began. During the recovery, the team realized that the tanker probably fell into the river as it drove past the bridge atop the river in the early 40s. So, the tank must have remained underwater for about 60 years. Number 6. Safes and stolen treasure. People fear what lies beneath the water bodies, and with good reason. Sometimes people get lucky because, rather than finding strange and scary things, they find gold coins and treasure boxes. 6 months ago, a YouTuber uploaded a video about how he saw and hauled a stolen safe out of a creek in Alabama. According to the explorer, he set out on that sunny afternoon to satisfy his curiosity like he normally would. After a while, he saw a big black box sticking out of the water, so he checked it out. Getting closer, he realized it was a treasure box, which took a while to clean and crack. When he finally opened it, he found a lot of junk and a few coins, which was quite disappointing. However, more treasures worth thousands and millions of dollars have been beneath the sea. Some time ago in the Mediterranean Sea, a team of divers found about 2,000 gold coins over 2,000 years old. At first, these divers thought they found only fake coins, but when they got home, they realized they found one of the largest troves in history. Number 7. Seals. True seals belong to a class of animals that spread through the continent, though many of them prefer to live in cold water environments. To account for losing heat, they have a thick layer of fat known as blubber, which keeps them warm. Normally, they can weigh between 100 and 4.4 tons and are friendly. But sadly, these seals often encounter dangerous fishing lines in the waters they swim in. Most times, these lines can entangle them so much that it threatens their lives. In 2020, a team of ocean conservationists went to Namibia to rescue animals like these. On one occasion, they stumbled across one seal which had 45 strands of fishing line around its neck. So they trailed it and drove almost into the water to capture it. Gently, they held it down and cut all the ropes that threatened the seal's life. Once they were done, they released the seal and everybody lived happily ever after. Number 8. The sunken city of Dwarka. Often we hear about the lost city of Atlantis, but have you heard about the lost city of the Indians? Well, let's hop to 9,000 years ago. Then there was an ancient Indian city named Dwarka, which was led by one of the Indians' most powerful gods, Lord Krishna. According to the legend, Lord Krishna was well and alive in the city for many years before his demise. However, when he died, the city sunk along with him to the bottom of the sea, long before Christ. And forever, many historians believe the city of Dwarka was either lost or wasn't real. A few years ago, a group of divers accidentally stumbled across some ancient ruins of the Gulf of Cambay. So they drove deeper. 70 feet below the sea, they found sandstone walls, grids of street rocks, molds, and several copper coins. After careful analysis of the coins, which dated about 9,500 years, they realized the ruins were part of the lost city of Dwarka. Of course, this got many people asking about how Dwarka got underwater in the first place. Number 9. The Giant Lego Man. On December 5, 2014, a young Japanese man stumbled across a giant Lego figurine near a beach in the city of Kamakura. This came as a surprise to the man because Lego men are also quite popular in Japan. But this Lego man came with a story. According to the narration, the Lego came with the usual blue pants and red shirt, but this one had a large inscription on the front that read, "No real than you are." On its backside, the Lego bore the name Ego Leonard. And so the mystery began. After much investigation, experts realized that this particular Lego was part of a collection made by an untraceable man named Ego Leonard. Yet no one knows who Ego Leonard is and why he's doing things like this. According to eyewitnesses, Legos have been popping up since at least 2007. with no specific pattern or rhythm. Number 10. The Forgotten World War II Airplane. Nothing is more relaxing than walking on the beach until you see something you're not supposed to see. On July 31, 2007, a local resident enjoying his time on the beach of Harlock in West Wales suddenly noticed something metallic jutting out of the shallow water next to him. At first, he couldn't see things clearly because the object was buried under the sand with only few visible fragments left to see on the surface. So he waited for a week and returned when the tide was low. Lo and behold, he found an unmistakable tip of an old plane. So he contacted the Ministry of Defense, who dismissed his call as the probable remains of a drone. So he contacted the press instead. After a long wait, a local historian identified the tip of the part of a Lockheed P-38 Lightning plane used during World War II. Knowing this, experts quickly hauled the plane out of the sand. Careful analysis revealed that the plane had remained in the sand for nothing less than 65 years. So, which of these discoveries shocked you the most? Which one is actually less creepy than it sounds? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. With that said, we bid you good luck. Until next time, adios.